But I think this is interesting about like digital breaks that you have that power to mash up whatever you want. So I want this, and it's possible to do it. And it's really fun when you have that answer for the developers to say, yeah, we can do that. My name is Andres, and I work for Care Canada as a digital fundraising specialist.
Care Canada, you're a client of ours. We did your website. We helped you out with that. Why is it that you wanted to come back to us to help work on the donation side of the website?
Yeah, we were very happy with the final result of the new website. So I think that was the most logical step to continue working with you, especially because we want a solution that lives in the same ecosystem, and you already were familiar with like our guidelines, and this is really important for us because we pay attention and the language, the how our brands looks like. So this is very important for us, for any vendor that work for us, to understand very well what we want to achieve in terms of branding in our digital tools.
And in terms of the budget that you spent for this project, do you think you got really good value from it?
Yes, I think we have a really good value because we wanted like a lot of support to realize an idea whatever we have in our minds. We didn't know how much it's going to cost, how much it's going to require, which elements do we need to implement that specific site that we had in mind. So I think it was a really good value in terms of all the hours of support that we got from WOW in that project.
And for this project, we gave you a rough timeline when we started it. How satisfied were you with the amount of time that it took to get this done?
We were really nervous because we have a really, we need to complete this project in a really short time and go live as soon as possible. So we're right now very, very satisfied with the final result. We always keep in mind that nowadays the digital products are never 100% finalized. It's always like a beta version that you need to launch and receive all the feedback from your donors. And we wanted that flexibility to change things where we're going on. Even when they're live, you need to make some changes and say, oh, that thing that we thought was a great idea, actually, it's not working. We need to redo it again as quickly as possible. And I think final result were very well. We agree both sides, like the changes that we implement are like the best to achieve the goals that we have in mind.
We had meetings scheduled with you through the whole project as we were working through it. Did you find value in having those calls with us? And how did you feel about the communication you had with us?
Yes, I think to have weekly calls and the flexibility to meet every time that we need a new requirement, it was the most important thing for us. Because, this back and forth is really helpful to have the feedback for all the team. And as soon as you see like the real interaction is when you understand if the design and the copy is working for the product that you turned your mind before. So definitely have like a regular meetings and review again and again everything that is being implemented and be aligned, because there's a lot of like different parts that we were working like independently. So these meetings help us to organize and be coordinated with every part that then we see it all assembled at the end of the project.
Would you recommend our services to another organization or contact who might find value in the type of work that we did for you?
Yes, definitely. Especially in the nonprofit context, we usually have to start projects with a really tight deadlines. And what you're looking for is a lot of flexibility. You're looking for someone to understand what are your fears, what are your goals, what are your weaknesses in terms of how well do you understand the digital ecosystem. And I think, well, really understand that we were doing a lot of stuff when developing this specific digital product, and we received a really good feedback about how to improve what we have in mind. And also like the flexibility and all the effort that the team put to be always replying our emails, our calls, or what are important for us to feel like safe. Sometimes we can change our minds respecting certain features of the product that we have, but you have a team that understand and are going to do the best that they can. So definitely this is what, especially in a nonprofit sector, you want to feel from a protected vendor.
Well, this is always a fun question that I like to ask is, did you have a favorite part of the project that we worked on?
The things were very interesting to work with. One was like we developed a feature to some e-cards. It was very fun to see like the final results, and it was more complicated than we thought at the beginning, and it was very fun to like brainstorming and different ideas how to solve the challenges that we're encountering. So our fun like, oh my god, we can have all these different like features and put it to work together. That was very interesting, especially to offer our donors different ways to pay, to make transactions, to organize the products, and to have all the flexibility to make the way to donate a really fun way to do it. That was the most interesting and fun part of the project.
It's weird to talk about like something really fun, but that's like really technical and geeky. It always feels a little bit weird to be like, yeah, I really enjoyed this this part of it.
But I think this is interesting about like digital breaks, that you have that power to mash up whatever you want. So I want this, and it's possible to do it, and it's really fun when you have that answer for the developers to say, yeah, we can do that. We can integrate this with this, and you're going to have something new, something that is very interesting and helpful for you. So it's the possibility to imagine whatever you want in your mind, and to find a partner, say, you know, I'm going to do everything that is possible to make it achievable, to make it possible.
So we did need to do some design work for the project. What was your impression of our design process?
I think it was really organized. We received some frameworks and mockups with the ideas that we sent at the beginning. So I think we did like a lot of changes when we see it in the mockups, and I think that the process was really interesting for us because we have the time to change everything before to go to the developers. That is really important to do it. So I think it was really organized, and this project we have to do in a really short time. So I think for how quickly we do the process of design was very useful for us because we already know our brand, and they have the DNA of the brand very well in their mind. So all the process that we receive and be with the designers, I think we're very satisfied with that.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I will say that another interesting advantage from this project working remote was like your team is around the world, so we have different times that work really well for us, because when we were like finalizing the day, say, oh my god, we need to do these changes and so on, like your team were working while we were sleeping, so the other day we have like the results that we wanted and the time to give like that feedback, to analyze and evaluate. So I think that was another interesting benefit to work really well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Andres. That's everything that we've got. I appreciate your time doing this. We loved working on the project with CARE. We love helping you and working with you, and looking forward to continuing to support your organization.